Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm showing you every single Sulfur cube type in Minecraft for both Minecraft Java Edition and Minecraft Bedrock Edition. So this right here is a Sulfur cube, and there are 12 different types or archetypes that give this mob special properties. So whereas this Sulfur cube with an observer doesn't really move that much, this one with oak planks in it actually bounces up and down a bit and moves very far. And so I'll go over all 12 types, which blocks you need to add to the Sulfur cube to get those types, and of course what those types do. So if you like Minecraft videos like this one, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft videos like this one in the future. So we will start over here with all of these blocks. So that is all different types of concrete powder, mud, muddy mangrove roots, blocks of coal, different dirt blocks, clay, bone blocks. All of those, if you put them into a Sulfur cube, will lead to a regular Sulfur cube. So this is the regular interaction of a Sulfur cube. On the Minecraft wiki, this one is listed as a football. This one slides quite a bit and also bounces a bit as well. And it floats in water. Then the second type occurs with all of these blocks. I will not list all of them out because there's just way too many. So just look at it and you can see that there's different ores and copper blocks here. Let's pick the exposed cut copper. All of the different types of copper work as well. And the second archetype is the slow flat archetype. So you can see that this one moves almost not at all. It's very heavy. We can make it move a bit faster by sprinting at it, but still it's very slow. It will sink in water. And it has very high gravity, so it almost doesn't bounce. Then since we had slow flat, there's also fast flat, also known as golf ball, and that is all of these blocks right over here. So there's a resin, there's coral, sponge, melons, pumpkins, frog lights. All of these give the fast flat Sulfur cube. So let's put a jack-o'-lantern in there, for example, and then you will see that this one goes quite fast. Let's see that again. Just punch it this time. But if we run at it and hit it like this, then it just moves very far away from us. Still, it doesn't really bounce that much. It bounces a bit and then mostly just slides, as you can see. And it will also sink in water. Then our fourth archetype is with the mushroom blocks, mycelium, the wart blocks, and shroom lights, so all types of mushrooms. And this fourth type is slow sliding. So sliding means that it just doesn't bounce at all, as you can see. Unlike the slow flat, which could bounce a bit, the slow sliding doesn't bounce at all. It will also sink in water, and as you can see, it is still quite slow, so it won't move that far. But as you can see, it does slide a bit after you hit it. And so indeed, we also have fast sliding. So there's a slow sliding. We also have fast sliding, which is basically just a hockey puck. And this is ice and snow. So it's just blue ice, packed ice, and snow. If you put that into a Sulfur cube and hit it, you will see that it keeps sliding and sliding and sliding and sliding way more than the slow sliding one. And if we actually hit it with a sword here with some speed, you'll see that it will just keep on sliding and sliding and sliding. And this, of course, is even more increased if you would do this on ice. If we put the Sulfur cube on here and then hit it, it would move even faster. Then our sixth archetype occurs when you put any type of wood in the Sulfur cube. So planks, any type of planks, bamboo, any type of log, or any type of wood, of course. So let's just grab one of these and put it in the Sulfur cube. This will give you the bouncy or rubber ball Sulfur cube. So we can see that if we hit this one, you can see that it bounces a few times and it also slides a bit. There we go, bounces up and bounces multiple times before it stops bouncing. So yeah, this is the bouncy one, and there we go. It bounces and bounces and bounces until it disappears from our render distance. So yeah, rubber ball there makes a lot of sense. We can also summon one up here and put it in there, and you can see that it just bounces quite a bit before it settles down. Then we move on to this massive stack. Most of the blocks you can put into a Sulfur cube will lead to this one, and that is called slow bouncy. So it does make the Sulfur cube bouncy, but it's just not as fast as all of the planks. And both the bouncy and slow bouncy Sulfur cubes will float in water. So let's just grab one of these blocks. I'll go up a bit so you can see all of these blocks in a row. These are all of the blocks that will make the Sulfur cube slow bouncy. There are many different blocks, and they are mostly stone related. Let's just grab one of these, let's say the sea lantern, for example, and let's put that into a new Sulfur cube over here. There we go. And now if we punch it up, you'll see that it is quite slow. So it doesn't move that much, but it does bounce, as you can see. You can also hit it a bit more. And we'll see that it does bounce, but it doesn't move as much as the one with wood. As you saw there, it just bounces a lot more and also moves around a lot more than all of these blocks. Then now we move on to the archetypes that have a lot less blocks. So first of all is the one with wool. So it can be any type of wool, but it's just wool. If you put wool into a sulfur cube, then this makes it a light archetype or beach ball. So you can hit it and you will see that it is floaty. So it will fall down slower than all of the other sulfur cubes. There we go, we can see it nicely there. It just floats slowly to the ground, so it has lower gravity. And it will also float in water, just like it floats a bit in the air. Then we have soul sand and soul soil. These will actually make the sulfur cube have high resistance. So let's put some soul sand in there. And now you will see that it's very hard to push this sulfur cube. It barely moves, and it also pretty much never bounces either. So it's just the slowest of the sulfur cubes, which of course makes sense, because if you stand on the soul sand, it will also make you slower. So there's some logic there. And even if you like put a lot of momentum in there, it just doesn't move that much at all. Maybe a maximum of one block. And it will sink in water. Then let's move on to the final three archetypes. These all just have a singular block that gives the sulfur cube that specific archetype. So the first of these is the sticky sulfur cube, which you get by putting a honeycomb block into a sulfur cube. So at this point you will see that if you hit it and it lands, it doesn't slide and it also does not bounce. So it just becomes fully sticky. But sadly it's only sticky to the ground and not to any other surface. So as you can see, I'm hitting it into this wall, but that doesn't really do anything. And there we go. You saw that it launched up, but once it landed, it didn't slide or bounce a single block. Then next we have the magma block sulfur cube. This is a special archetype because it has other special properties. Since if you put a magma block into a sulfur cube like this, then nearby entities will take damage, including other sulfur cubes. You can see that if I spawn them near this magma sulfur cube, they take damage. And also if we go in survival mode and go near it, you can see we take fire damage from the magma sulfur cube. And we also bounce it around, as you can see. And so yes, this means that a sulfur cube can kill you if it has a magma block, and you will get the discovered the floor was lava death message, which is the same one you get if you die by standing on a magma block. And then the final archetype to cover is the TNT or explosive sulfur cube, because yes, you can put TNT into a sulfur cube like this. You will get the advancement if you do this, and you may already guess what this will do, but if you ignite this sulfur cube, you will see that it will explode. But it will take a little bit longer than with normal TNT. There we go. So that's damage from a sulfur cube with TNT in it. And there is just a regular piece of TNT. And you will see that that is very similar. So when ignited manually, it will take 6 seconds for the TNT sulfur cube to explode. But if it's set off by another explosion, like for example TNT or another TNT sulfur cube, then it will actually take between 0.75 and 3 seconds to explode. You will see here that it explodes a lot faster than we saw when we just ignited the sulfur cube itself. And so there we go. Those are all the 12 different archetypes of sulfur cube in Minecraft for both Minecraft Java Edition and Minecraft Bedrock Edition. If you have any more questions about this video, then please leave them in the comments down below. But anyway, there we go. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please subscribe!